Welcome to the house that Rockney built. Leahy turned into legacy, Parsegan renovated, and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, a team ready to put on a show, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The kickoff unit about to go to work. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense heads onto the field for the first possession of this game. And here comes the big fella, a staple of this aerial attack, Jesse.
And he's a guy they can line up all over the field, David. There's matchups out there waiting to be taken advantage of.
Yeah, and it's so nice to be able to do that. It makes it easy to play quarterback when you can feature a guy like this that's fast, big, and strong.
They'll run play action. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
You're not going to win a lot of games if you can't protect your quarterback. In their last game, they got sacked 4 times, lost the game. And so far in this one, they're having difficulty again. These guys up front have got to do a better job communicating and giving their QB time.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Starting to feel a little pressure. And he avoids the tackle with the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. One way to mitigate the explosive capabilities he has on the outside is be physical with him, and this dude will do that.
He will do that, and you don't see a lot of offenses take the top off this D because of this guy roaming around in the middle of the field. He is a true center fielder, so this receiver's going to have to make plays.
This just such a great job of getting guys on the ground. A lot of people are in position, but he makes plays. So him versus a dynamic wide receiver on the outside will be a great matchup.
Man, this guy is exciting to watch. When he has the ball in his hands, he can make magic happen. They're going to throw it to him. They're going to hand it off to him. They're going to get him the ball in a variety of ways, and they're doing it early in this game.
And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And how about setting the tone right there? Like, you're going to cover this guy coming across the field. Get it to him early on the first drive. Let him know this playmaker is going to be touching the ball early and often, and he picks up the big gain.
Quarterback, quick pass to the receiver. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
It's 4th down and 6, and they'll try to convert. Quick pass on the jet motion. All kinds of running room. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
This offense trying to quieten the crowd on 1st and goal, and they are not cooperating. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
Rambles into the end zone for a touchdown.
And that's why this running back is so dangerous. It's not just handing him off the football, but he's a weapon in the passing game. You see his ability to catch it, turn upfield, make people miss, and find the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They took it 71 yards down the field. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Here come the Irish back on offense. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Going up top on 1st down. Pulls it in. Nothing but green ahead. Boy, are they loving that huge play. He's got it down to the 9. Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. He'll pull it on the read. And he's dragged down. Notre Dame lines up quickly. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Well, 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 somebody's been doing their box jumps.
Wait, Ryan, getting up in the air. Hey, listen, I'm taking a picture of that, saving it. That might be my screensaver on my phone. That vertical way up in the air.
On to attempt the try. Right down the middle. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Florida State is down, but they are not out of it. Not there inside Doak Campbell Stadium, one of the more special places to watch a game in all of college football. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Virginia. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, we'll see it right here.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
You got to fight fire with fire. You got to fight speed with speed. There's a receiver with the ball out in the open field trying to get the corner, but a cornerback with the same type of speed and athleticism able to make the tackle. Nice job.
They make the stop, and that's how the first quarter will end. We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here, and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the second quarter. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Running into the open space. Oh, there were a few steps there. He was thinking touchdown, but they finally get him down after the big pickup at the 25.
How many ways can I get it to my guys who can fly, who are playmakers, and let them make big plays? This is another one you've seen. Catch the football, flip it ahead really quickly, get it to a burner, going full speed across the formation. He gets the edge, makes the big play.
With jet sweep pass. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Quick pass on the fly motion. And they make the tackle, but he has plenty for the first down.
And just went with something very easy, very reliable. Flip it forward, let your receiver do the rest. I only got to get a few yards. Nice job, nice execution. First down.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They had this drive going, but they face a 2nd and 15. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He ended up going backwards on the play, and they will not convert that third down. And they decide to trot out the kicker. This is not a straight-on kick, a 42-yarder from the right hash. The official says no good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one.
Well, you hear all the time that the tight end's the QB's best friend. You saw a perfect example of it on that last play, right? Second down, you need to pick up some positive yards to keep this third down manageable. Really nice job of executing that.
Pocket starts to collapse. And the third down pass is incomplete. Notre Dame lining up to punt it away. That last punt basically flipped the field. They'd like to do it again. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. So we'll see this offense make its way out to start the drive. We talk about settling for points, but sometimes when you have to settle for nothing, David, it can be demoralizing.
Yeah, and it can definitely be frustrating. And I think it leads you to say maybe I go for it more. But, Jesse, I think this offense just needs to put another drive together and just finish stronger.
Yeah, and be a little bit less predictable, too, especially as they get closer and closer down in the end zone.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on first down. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Great heads-up awareness by the cornerback on that play. He saw the receiver get the ball. He shot downhill and made a nice tackle.
Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. Touch pass on the run. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. Third and long, backed up inside their 20. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Crosses to 30. And he breaks into the open. He's at the 30. Inside the 10. Touchdown!
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And the capper was a bolt of lightning, a touchdown pass from 84 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Here come the Irish back on offense. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Ball spotted at the 18. It is 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. They turn to the passing game on 3rd and short. He's got the back in the middle. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving. It's a 1st down. They'll stop the clock to reset the chains. Offense up tempo. He's looking to throw it. Off the deflection, missed a great chance to force the turnover. Instead, it'll be 2nd down.
Tips, deflections, those are such good things for defense. A lot of times they lead to interceptions and big plays. Just try to get any kind of disruption you can.
Finds his target down the middle. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half.
I don't know who on defense is going to cover this guy. Honestly, he could be a problem for this defense over the middle of the field in the passing game.
Wants to throw on 1st down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their 1st of the half. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. The hand to the running back. And Shore tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Irish send out the punt unit. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fair catch called for and made around the 20-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. They'll immediately call timeout.
I like offenses being creative. I'm not sure if that was the best place to call that play. I think this offense needs to think about just doing things a little bit more by the book. They've got a lot of good playmakers. You don't have to reinvent the wheel this early in the game.
Can anyone catch him? He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and it just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you could tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big 1st down.
Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
Hold it, open.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Men, it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in South Bend. And it's been said football is a game of inches. And guess what? Based on the comparison between 3rd down conversion rate today and the average yard per play, how can you argue that? I mean, the low-lying fruit is to look at some of the explosive plays we've seen and panic. But really, this game is going to come down to which team is more efficient when they have the ball and how they play when it matters most. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of Touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Notre Dame will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Marshall. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. They are shaking the rafters of this place, trying to help their defense as they've got them pinned deep. It's that hole for 4 and gets it out to the 16.
And it's just simple first down run, showing your physicality, setting your offense up in a good spot.
Tackled after picking up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Just enough there to get it to the 25 and pick up of 2.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Quick pass on the jet motion. Makes him talk to the hand. And the offense will stay on the field. Do you think they're just going to try to make the defense jump? The give to the fullback. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35. Do you think that was a straight go, or they just sort of went with gut feel as to whether the defense was going to relax on that 4th and 1?
I don't know, but I know this. As a coach, I'm not giving a lot of freedom for gut will on the own side of the field. If we're going to go for it on 4th down, I think they probably understood. Listen, it's 4th and 1. I like our chances to get 1 yard, and they went for it, and by the way, they got it.
Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll keep it on the ground. Brought down at the 48 after a gain of 5.
And that's all you want, right? You want that first down. Understand the situation. Understand I got to get north and south, get a first down, get a new set of downs.
Shakes off the defender. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down.
It's so important this offense is able to get this guy the ball in space, especially in the perimeter of the field. And I love that last play call because he's able to get outside and use his speed. To me, that's where this guy is his most dangerous.
And he'll be tackled, but there is a flag on the field.
Hold it, offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Long drive continues as the offense keeps working the ball down the field. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Still running at the 35. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
Line getting set on second down. Wide out in motion. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks.
I love the idea, and I love just finding ways to get your best players out in the open field. This pre-snap motion and using it to their advantage on that last play, I think that was a nice call.
And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Well, jet sweep pass.
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
Lining up to add another. And the extra point is true, and they have a 2-touchdown lead, up 14 in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Oregon has the lead right now in Eugene, but that typically dynamic offense just hasn't been able to pull away. They're up by a field goal over Northwestern. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They're going to open this drive with a pass. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. This quarterback desperately wants to make a chunk play, but they're going to be deepest the deepest, widest the widest. He's got to be patient.
No doubt. Situational football is probably one of the most underrated, untalked about things, like understanding the situation.
Into double coverage, and they made him pay. It's intercepted. No room to return, but no problem after making a play like that, and they'll have it at the 25.
The number one objective for a defense is to make the offense one-dimensional. Well, when they're trailing by this much late in the game, they're one-dimensional. They have to pass the football. We can bring more speed on the field. You see it. We know you're throwing the football. Nice break on the football. Nice interception. This one's almost over.
Now this offense is back on the field. Line gets set, first down. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. On first down from the 13-yard line. Quick pass on the fly motion. Headed to the end zone. That one might have put the finishing touches on this game.
This one is over. Game, set, match. The defense had a chance to maybe kind of keep their team in it, but the offense said, take it to the locker room.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. Kickoff team has the ball teed up, and they're about ready to go. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. At this point, it really hasn't been your best day. Just try to find something to build on here at the end, David.
Just try to keep fighting. Show your kids you're going to keep fighting. Keep throwing the football. Try to get some points up. Palmer, points have been at a premium. They haven't scored very much, but keep fighting, man.
Yeah, and just, try to find things to build off of for next week as well, right? I mean, it's all about continuing to improve week in and week out. So whether that's identifying playmakers or just seeing what you can come up with here at the end of this game and not quitting.
The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. He wants to throw. He makes the connection. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. After that last completion, it's second down. He's looking to throw. It's complete. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. He'll just keep slinging it. Makes a connection. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. It's Paul. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Irish!
Nice job by the offense going down the field, putting points on the board, but you're still down a couple possessions. Still need some good things to happen. You need your kicker to go over there and get warmed up. We need an onside. We need to score some points. We need a lot of things to go right to win this football game.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. They're definitely up against it. Time running out, down 2 possessions. They'll try the onside kick. Here comes the offense on first down. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Past the 30. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop.
Yeah, and way to be creative, way to get the ball in the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
Fast motion from the offense. Headed to the end zone. Tick, 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 tick. Clock winding down, and they're in for the touchdown.
And this offense continuing to put up points. This game's out of reach. You know you're going to win, but still throwing the football, still finding that connection. I imagine there'll be some salty handshakes at the end of this game.
And the extra point splits the uprights, and they're up a full 3 touchdowns, a 21-point cushion in the fourth. They're lining up to boot it away. On the move from inside his 5. Here come the Irish back on offense. This has been a really disappointing performance, David, no question about that, but they can find some positives.
Yeah, and every time you watch the tape, you know, Jesse, coaches are pointing out, look at this. This was open if we just ran the details to the right route, hung on to the football. Little things can make a big difference.
Yeah, that's why they call it a game of inches, David. But I'll say this, if you're on offense, don't go on social media this week. It ain't going to be pretty after this performance. You've got to lock in. You've got to take the week of practice very seriously and find those positives that you can build off, David, you're talking about.
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Got to get lined up to spike it and stop the clock. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. And the throw down the gut falls to the grass. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On third and long, he has to throw for it. And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off.
Now, fourth down.
On fourth down, trying to find his man. Throws to the wideout. Finds his man, and they convert. Timeout is called by the offense. They have 14 seconds left.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. He's going to pass. He'll grab the throw to the sideline and step out of bounds after picking up a few.
Runs out of bounds at the 41-yard line. Brings up second down.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now second down.
Here we go.
He's looking to throw. And just not enough field to hold that one. It's incomplete.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do.
And they got him. Didn't have much of a chance on that one, and a fitting way to put a capper on this game. We sensed a great deal of confidence, almost a smugness from this coaching staff. And these guys on the field, it's as if they knew they were going to win.
Yeah, playing with a bit of a chip on their shoulder, and I think they really felt like they had a real good game plan offensively and defensively coming into this one, David. There was some matchups on the field they thought they could exploit. We saw that happen.
No doubt. Good job by this coaching staff, understanding who's out there to make plays, feeding them the football, offense, defense, special teams, all working together to get the W.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.